this looks good.
Hey Siri, set a 45-minute timer. Recording in progress?
Yes.
Okay.
That looks good.
So today's November 27th, 2024. This is our first of this. But we don't want to do it like we're scripted, so we're not scripted. But
And like, do we really need to introduce ourselves?
No,
Because everyone's
we're just
gonna
gonna
know
talk.
who you are.
okay.
Okay.
So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is because we're planning for 2025 our content ideas and how we're going to roll with this, because I really want to have some consistency, right? So we don't, and I also said I want it to be simple, but whatever we do, I want to be able to do it in a consistent fashion, but I don't want it to seem like we're trying.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So I was thinking today, and I've been on some podcasts and been watching some different stuff on what other people are doing for content. And one of them is that, like, especially for realtors, some of them they're trying to be actors or
Oh, that's like every account that I see is.
or characters.
Yes.
So you give me your opinion on it, but I'll give you mine on it first. I think that the purpose of this is for anybody that's going to watch it to actually be able to get to know like who I am, what my style is, what they can expect. And I'm not an actor. I don't want to go out to acting classes so that I can get good at making YouTube or Instagram content, right? Social media content. So I'd rather be who I am and tell stories because sometimes you see the people, they'll pretend to be two people. Like they'll dress up and be like one person and they'll record that. I'm like, that seems to take a lot of effort and work to do that. It is a lot of editing. And it's like, even the person when they're pretending to be the realtor isn't actually them. They're just pretending to be a realtor that they think is how realtors are. And I just want to be more real, and so that if someone watches it, but they would just get to know, and so that if they watched a video of us talking, that and when I showed up at their house, I would be that same person. It wouldn't be like, oh, they don't know what they're going to get. Like, who is this guy? Okay, so that's my thought there. So I don't think characterization is a direction.
And I don't think, especially for your personality, that's just not. I think it works for some people, but I don't know. It depends too, because like if you do like funny content or you're like acting, it can get you lots of likes and engagement, but it doesn't always result in business, and you're also like being someone that you're not. So it doesn't.
Well, my goal is to generate business through the selling of houses, not through the creation of videos and being a character. Right? Yes. So now, I mean, ultimately, if we're making videos and we're making content, I went back to the kind of the basics. So what is the goal of the content? Always. In the back of my mind, it's to make money. Like, really? Like, why do we go to work? I mean, it's not, ultimately, it's to get a return, right? So very few people are working for free just because they love it, right? They'd be out doing something else. Or and they always say, I'd go lay on a beach, or I would do that. But you know what? After like an hour or two of laying on a beach, you get kind of bored. Like, it gets boring. So like that's not one of my life's goals, is to just go and chill on a beach with margaritas. Because I don't even know if I'd last an hour, and I'd be like, think you would. Okay, well, what next? So so our goal ultimately is to generate revenue, and this will be indirectly from this. So we need to be creative. This is my opinion. We need to create content that will allow people to, because they say if they like you, or if they know you, they like you, and they trust you, then they'll do business with you, and you can get paid. So that's really what I want to build through these videos. And this is just kind of a look into the back side of what we're doing. Okay. My Wednesday tips.
They're okay. I think it was good at the beginning because we had nothing. Like, we literally started from no posts. Like we didn't have any social media presence whatsoever. So I think it was good to start building that like weekly presence on your account. But now, like, I don't know if
it doesn't deliver value. I don't think it's valuable.
Yeah. But and I feel like you can tell on your face, you're kind of like, I feel like I'm just telling like people information. Yeah.
So I had an idea.
Okay.
So instead of Wednesday tips, we do like Wednesday wisdom.
Okay.
And it's still going to be short.
Yeah.
But it's going to be something insightful from an experienced real estate agent, professional.
Okay. So like what? Like what would...
Well,
if we were doing one today, like what would you...
Okay. Let me think about... So for example, so if you're thinking about hiring a real estate agent, right? If you've got a house, you need to sell, you need to move, you should interview more than one. Number one, you should hire someone that is like experienced, that's knowledgeable, that's realistic and rational. Like, don't just hire somebody because you get along with them. Yeah. Right? So because you see it all the time, and a client, they're complaining about their agent not getting the job done, or they don't work with them well. So I think that, like, for example, to say Wednesday wisdom, do your homework, hire somebody that can actually get the job done, that has a track record.
Right. Yeah.
And then listen to their advice. Like I do realize that there are some agents out there that are maybe giving bad advice and just telling clients what they want to hear so that they can you know, get hired and pay. But I think on the wisdom side, definitely, if the agent is telling you and giving you recommendations, then seriously take those, whether it's on price or preparing the property. Yeah. So my Wednesday, how can I don't know how to get that into a succinct wisdom.
Well, that right there is like pretty...
I know, but there's a lot of words.
Well, we could work on that.
I was trying to condense the thought into, like, what am I really saying? Hire somebody with some experience.
Yeah, like maybe you need to just yap for a minute, and then we just need to break down like what are the key points, and then just
if I have an idea or a concept, then that's just one. Is like the thought of like, who are you going to hire? Like I just know so many times when I'm sitting at a table with clients, like the last ones that I was at, they met me at an open house. Right. So, and then I wonder is if there was somebody else at that open house, someone that was not ethical and maybe wasn't as professional, wasn't as experienced, that would that person have been sitting at the kitchen table with them? Right. And then they would just hire that person to sell their house, right? So as a consumer, and especially we're dealing with huge numbers now, like these houses are like they're $1 million plus all the time. And so like small amount, like our small percentages really add up as far as someone being able to negotiate and advise and being able to handle problems that come up. So anyways, I think my advice to a consumer is hire a professional. You do get what you pay for, and the professionals, it's just like when I decided to stop buying junk, right? Like no junk. Like I'm just spending more money on each individual thing that I buy, but it's of high quality and it's going to last. So the same with professionals, right? Yeah.
So, okay, I like Wednesday wisdom, but how can we make it more engaging? Because like regardless of the information, if we're like making the information better, we still have to make it more engaging to look at, because people are just going to think it's the Wednesday tip and be like,
There's this guy, do you know the guy on Instagram? He probably won't pop up, but he's
his name?
He's not a political guy, but he gives his opinion on politics, and he's always like sitting eating his lunch, but he has something like a profound, and he's not that old. Do you know who I'm? Have you seen this person? He's probably not showing up in your feed.
No. Have you liked any of his stuff?
I don't know why he just shows up. So
on Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you ever like it?
No.
Well then, do you ever save it? Do you ever comment?
No.
Okay, well, we can't trace it back.
Okay, hold on. Let's just see if I'm...
You're just going to scroll and hope that
it usually just pops up.
Okay.
Okay, well. Hang on for 5 seconds here. Okay. Can I just search like guy that makes clever comments?
I don't think that's going to work. It's going to be like no results.
On things. No results found for guy that makes clever comments on things. No accounts.
Yeah, I think you have to actually interact.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen though? Now that we're talking about it, he's going to show up.
Yeah, so we should check back at the end of this.
Yeah.
And it'll probably show up.
Yeah. So when people are talking about real estate, I want to be the guy that shows up.
Right.
Okay. But I did. Okay, where do I go to find the saved? I did save a couple things.
Okay, so you go to the 3 bars. Oh my gosh, why is my finger not working? And then go to saved. And then all posts. So they should all be in there. Is that not your stuff?
Not what I'm looking for.
Why is that saved?
Well, it's not. No, I did remember saving that. Oh, no. What? Fortnite? I need to save that. Okay. There was what I thought I was saving, and maybe I just liked it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you can find stuff you liked in here. You go to your activity, then you go to likes. And then anything that you like is in here, but it's not looking like it. Dog video.
Hey, that's that dog that looked like Coco.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
No. That's literally Coco.
Okay, what I thought that I'd saved was somebody made a post, and it was just a static post. Okay. And it had a button on the screen that if you pushed the button, it had an action button on the, so I was like, well, that would be good if I was
interactive.
If you were talking about something like, hey, if you want to know what your house is worth, go just push this button. And it would take them to a home evaluation page.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. It's easy, it's a sticker.
Sticker!
Yes, stickers.
Okay.
I've told you about stickers, but.
And you can make them go where, okay.
Okay, so interactive stickers, let's do that. Okay.
Yes, okay. The other question is, and this is on the marketing side, and maybe you're the wrong person to ask on this.
Probably.
But we can target like fairly small areas with boosting, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, anyways, if we were wanting to, like, we could do specific videos on
demographics.
On talking about, say, doing like offering a service to tell people what their house is worth, their property's worth. Mm-hmm. But we might make one for acreages, and so if we were going to make it for acreages, I'd be like, well, we just want to target Arrington or North Qualicum or
okay.
I don't know if that's possible, but we can.
Yeah, I think there is a way to like do.
But that's what I'm wondering, because here's the thing. So it would say something like, hey, if you're an acreage owner in the area if you're an acreage owner in the Arrington area, and you're curious to find out what your property is worth, here's an easy way. Click on the sticker. Yeah. Click on the below. It's going to take you to a page. Mm-hmm. You just put in your address. It's going to come to me. I'm going to do a professional evaluation for you. Mm-hmm. Without looking at it, if you want more detailed, you set up an appointment. Come look. Mm-hmm. No pressure. No whatever.
Only thing though with that is, we can only boost reels.
Well, we have to make it as a reel.
You can't do stickers on reels though.
Oh well, that's so then.
So the only way, if you wanted to do like a video telling people to go and get an evaluation, I know it's so stupid, Instagram needs to figure it out, that you'd have to say, like, go to my website at kirkwalkber.com, because you can't even put a link in the caption, which is also really dumb.
Okay. So but you can on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
I wonder, do YouTube Shorts work very similar to Reels?
No, they're a little bit different. There's not really much of a description.
Okay.
As much as like Instagram is. But I mean, we've been doing that. Like we have every reel that is posted to Instagram shows up on your YouTube. Jacqueline posts those.
But as a
short.
As a short?
Mm-hmm. She posts every reel that I post on Instagram, she posts it as a short on YouTube. Okay. So all your content is on there as well.
Because, like you were mentioning, that the demographic of people around here that we're targeting are not the kind that are commenting and liking and sharing.
Yeah, it's just hard. Like,
how do we train them to do that? We have to tell them, hey, Parksville, We know you're old.
Yeah, I mean, we could attempt.
Here's how you use, and then I could watch those videos to actually learn how to use it.
Yeah, because you don't even know how to use social media.
No.
And you're not even old.
I'm not that old.
So, but yeah, I mean, we could try. Like, it's definitely different from my age to the age demographic that is like part of your Instagram.
Well, because maybe we need to educate people a little bit about how to make it easier for them to get information, or how to contact me or reach out to me without. I mean, they can always phone, or text. But if we're doing videos, maybe we do need to mix in some videos that just say, hey, there's shows like maybe we just walk through the steps on one of these one day.
Yeah, we might need to, because it's not always that your content sucks. It's just people don't even know how to like something, how to save something, how to comment. You don't do it, so like nobody else.
No, I flipped through, and you're like, well, did you like it? Well, no, but I mean, I liked it, but I didn't actually click on it like it.
And like it shows, like your views are pretty good, but just nobody is actually interacting with it because they don't actually know how. Your generation just scrolls. They see something and they're like, wow, I really like this video, and then you just keep scrolling. Like you don't actually save that for later. Me, on the other hand, I have like hundreds of thousands of things in my saved, because if I like something, I save it. Or like I comment or I like. That's just how my generation does things. So I don't know, we could do more targeted posts for different age demographics, and then also adding in tutorials for...
But maybe as a side to that, maybe when we're making the actual video, that say like even if it's on Wednesday Wisdom, that we need to be more specific and have the intent to direct people. So rather than just say, well, here's the genius idea that I'm sharing with you, very wise Kirk, and then at the end say, remember, like, well, I mean, everybody says, oh, please like, comment, and subscribe, but maybe something similar to that, or maybe just saying that, hey, if you like this content, or hey, if you're wanting to find out what your home is worth, you need to go to this. This is the next step. Like, tell people what the next step is. I think if we tell people what the next step is, right? It doesn't have to be a lot, but here's the next step. Yeah,
almost like an action, like a call to action. I guess, at the end of every video.
But not like what everybody else does.
No.
Like.
No, I know. Something different.
Okay, and that leads me to, when it comes to a real estate listing videos, I mean, there's such thousands, millions of them out there. Yeah. But what I would like, and we can maybe stick with what we're doing for the general reels, but if there was something that we did every time, like either a certain type of shot of it, or like it was like there was a motion or the way the camera, and then it just did that, like maybe it was only 5 seconds long, and it just did that and then ended with a certain thing, or so
something signature.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have to, and it wouldn't even have my name on it, right? But people would know that, that's another, like, video. Do you know what I like, but not cheesy or like trying too hard, but just something to say, hey, every time we get a listing, we do this, and every time it sells, we do this. And rather than, I mean, right now we have our branding and it all is the same, but I would like, if it's going to be in video format, that like, so one thought I had, and this might be totally cheesy, but this is just what popped into my head, is like, so when we list a property, it's like maybe like somehow of a zooming in of something on it, or maybe it's the house number. I don't know. Maybe it's like just as simple as that, going into the house number, and then when it's sold, maybe it starts at the house number and goes back and ends at the sold sign or something like that. Okay. So that on the new listing it does one thing, and then on the sold it does the other, and then we could put it together as a, I don't know. Yeah. That was just one thought, and that's just one, like maybe it's like the street sign and the house number and the house. I would do something more with the property itself, only because like if I am being introduced, like when we first listed it, and I'm being introduced, like if I'm a viewer and I'm being shown
a video with a house number and just like the street, like I'll scroll, like I don't care.
Okay, that's not going to get your attention.
Not really. Like,
okay.
So ideally it would be like a feature, either about the area or something nice on the house or something that's just like unique about it.
Okay, well it could be, but it's the way that we're presenting it is more what I'm talking about than the actual thing itself.
Right, okay. Well then, yeah, we can do some kind of weird little camera.
Well, I don't know what it is, but it's just something consistent that we do it for every single property, and I would like to do it in a way that we can use it when it was just listed and then also when it is sold.
And I think also just like getting in the habit when you do have time, doing more videos where like the one we did for Bowser where we talked about like everything that was in the area. Like, that was a really interesting video, and like I would watch that if I saw that.
Okay.
Just like showing cool things in the area.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Like that is just like instead of just saying, oh, it's close to walking trails, it's close to this, like actually showing a video.
Yeah, showing like the trails and that. But okay, but then I think that if we're going to do those, so here I'll give you an example, like the TV show Friends or Seinfeld. Like every episode is different, but it's the same. Like it's the characters are the same. They're like they speak the same. They're the same. They're not changing, but the scenario always changes.
Right.
So, but there's a flow. There's like a way that, and it's entertaining because it's like that. So if we're going, so this is what I would like to come up with, something that is that there's more than us just out there, just whatever.
Yeah, just putting out
at this, flying at the seat of our pants. Just here, let's do this. But where there's like a progression of these ideas, and there's like an intent and purpose behind it, but the people that are watching it don't know that. All they know is that they want to keep watching because for those reasons. So I think if we're going to do those, and I'll do a little bit more homework on that, and I forget the word for it, but like that, the concept behind like the what works. It's like the magic juice that like the why people keep watching Seinfeld or why everybody keeps watching Friends. Yeah. It's because they've got a formula.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of. The formula.
The recipe.
Yes. Okay.
So I think we can present the ideas or the neighborhood, but in a way that's formulated that's more entertaining.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So it's educational, it's entertaining, and it's impactful.
Yes. And
that video could stand on its own whether we had the listing in that neighborhood or in that area or not. So that it's not, even though it is, in part of it would be specific to that listing, but it could be standalone content used for whatever too. So we need to have a bit of a flow and a formula, and we need to try it to see how it works. So we need to give some thought to that. Like if we are, like what types of places do we show?
Yeah, we definitely need to think on it. But yes.
Does that make sense?
Finding a formula that is different enough every time that it's not boring.
Yeah.
But still is a formula that people recognize and find entertaining.
And that we know that well, maybe we need to try different stuff to see, well, let's do this and see how many people watch it, right? And it's going to be more like well, I guess for us, we're going to have to boost it and just see, test it to what got the more views organically and paid and just total views.
Yeah.
And see what people find, I guess, entertaining. Because, and then at the end of that video or somewhere, there needs to be not a call to action, because I don't want it to be a cheesy marketing thing.
I know, you don't want to be like, make sure to, well, but sometimes you're like, tell them to subscribe, and that's very cheesy.
Well, how else do you tell people to subscribe, or tell them?
You can't, it's cringy no matter what.
To tell them what's next, but all I know is that the thing is some of the top people are still doing that. I
know. Yeah, but they created it though. So that's why it works for them. But everyone else is just copying them, and so it doesn't work for them, you know?
Yeah, which is why also I don't like watching other people to get ideas, because I don't want to just be copying
Really? Don't you like to get inspiration though?
Well, okay, you can call it inspiration.
I love watching other people's videos. Original. And then creating something that is inspired by it. But it's different.
It needs to be different.
Yeah.
Obviously. I don't want to be copying.
Yes.
I mean, I guess to have something that's completely original is probably next to impossible to do.
Especially in like the real estate business.
Well,
like everywhere you turn, there's a realtor trying to like make it big.
But there's the two sides of but the problem is so many of them are spending so much time trying to do video that they're not selling any houses. So I still spend the majority of my time working and selling houses. But I want to do more. I want to make sure that
it works. And
make sure like their end result, things that we get to get paid, right?
Yeah.
I want to be the person too, like, and I was watching that one podcast and they were talking about if you want to be successful, you need to act like you're the mayor. Right? That's kind of stuck. Like if being out, interacting with people, being super friendly, just kind, like warm, kind, but also trustworthy.
Yes.
Like person that's able to take action, make decisions, and to show those characteristics rather than like the town, like, or the class clown.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because I'm not going to hire the class clown. Like, or the person who's pretending to be funny to sell or to do transaction with, at least me personally. So I want to resonate with people, I guess, that are like me.
You want to be authentic and like a real person.
The realtor for the people.
Yes. And I think like we're pretty close to that, but I think we just need to fine tune some things. Like
my weekly tips are just like literally me just
blabbing.
Just saying words.
You're yapping.
I'm just saying words. And it's like, I don't think it's delivering value.
Right? I agree. Yeah, no, I think it was good in the beginning. I think it served its purpose of like just getting you used to even just talking on camera.
Being in front of the camera.
Yeah. Because like if you look at your first Wednesday tip, like you've definitely come a long way, but like I don't know if it's serving a purpose anymore.
But maybe the Wednesday wisdom could be like a snippet from this conversation today.
And I think also just the way that we're filming it could be different. Like we could, like we don't have to, like you could be driving.
Yeah.
And like I could just be recording you, or like, I don't know, like we could be making our dinner.
I could just record it or whatever. Yeah.
Or like we could be making our dinner.
Yeah.
And you're like prepping the veggies and then like you just tell me something. Like, you know, like we don't have to have it like you standing and be like, hey, it's Kirk. Welcome back to another tip this week. Like we could do less of that. Like it could just be whenever. Like it can just kind of be whatever you're doing. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I just think that would be more visually interesting, regardless of what you're saying in the video.
I agree.
Like just something.
Okay, give me your opinion on this of how much how much exposure to like the real person, like what I do.
How much do you think is valuable?
No, how much do we share? Like, is it even necessary? Like, do we just keep it professional with like very minimal sprinkles of?
Well, I think that's what we're already doing, and you don't think it's working. So I think we have like, if we look at the content that is on your account, it is about like 80. No, I'd even say 90% real estate and business and like information, and the 10% is the occasional like you falling in a hole or like you like.
But that's while actually trying to be serious.
Well, yeah, but like, or just like your interview videos or stuff that doesn't really go back to like real estate. Like I don't think we have very much of just you being a person, and I personally.
But I'm trying to be that. That's what I'm saying. When I'm doing this, I just want to be.
Yeah.
This is how I am.
Yeah.
But like. Me laying on the couch at 8:30 at night, whatever, do I take a selfie and post that? Like, I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I don't know. It's just from my perspective, because I don't really care that much about real estate. Like, I'm not someone that cares that much about that stuff. And like, I naturally just connect more with content that is just normal life and what people are doing. Because like, at the end of the day, like we're all just living our lives and doing our thing and trying to get through it.
But if you had to buy a house, it's like, so...
I would still go with someone that I feel like I know what they do in their off time, and like I can connect with that. I can connect more with someone that isn't coming off as like a business person, just me personally.
Right.
But it's different for everyone. Some people are like, I'm looking for someone that I solely just connect with business-wise. But me personally, if I was looking for a realtor to buy a house, I would be looking for someone that I feel like I know very well and like I can trust from just like watching the content.
So is
I
it?
Don't know.
Well, that's exactly my point, is that really want to convey or like show through on these videos.
Mm-hmm. But like maybe that's just me though, because like I don't really, it doesn't really, like real estate doesn't interest me. So like I don't know, like if we ask someone that's super interested in real estate, what do they, or like people that are actively looking for a realtor.
Well, what happens a lot of times
like,
is
what do they think?
A house comes up for sale,
yeah,
and they inquire on it,
mm-hmm.
and somebody shows it to them. Mm-hmm. And they just keep working with that realtor, unless they like hate them.
So you got to make a good first connection.
But like they're not actually going. So that's where I'm saying like I want to bypass that, so that if someone sees a property they want to look at and they're like, well, we should call Kirk,
right?
Because he seems to know what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's experienced.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we show very much that you know what you're doing and that you're very experienced. Like I think we have that down.
Okay, but then we need to get in front of more people.
Yes. We
need to convince them to not work with the lesser agent.
Yes.
That they just might run into.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's also just in our community. I think it's getting in front of more people physically as well. Like.
And there are a lot of great agents. Like it's super competitive. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there's some pretty bad agents out there that are still like. Anyways, like that shouldn't have the real estate license, but they do. Yeah. But for the purpose of for doing all this work and this effort and energy and spending money and time and everything, it's like, I want to make sure that at least we have some kind of a plan with an end result, and that we're not just spamming people. Yeah, I think we also, need to come up with a plan every month of like what we're doing. Because, I think it kind of needs to be for the whole year, like a general, because we need to create, because we can't be just jumping from thing to thing. We can make small tweaks. Right. But number one, we need to come up with something for each listing, like I was just talking about. So we can do the regular reels and that, but I want a signature. I want a signature. It's like a signature move. Mm-hmm. Or whatever. It's like the bat flip of real estate, but not. Yeah. It's like, do you know, like, that's just, I don't know what it is, but we need to come up with that. Okay. Okay. My other idea that I mentioned the other day is about this group, like having these group meetings. Right. Mm-hmm. You forgot. No, it's 8. What's the word? Socialate. Socialate. Yes, you already forgot. No, I just... Yes. Socialate. Yeah. So this concept of getting a group of like-minded people that are like into social marketing, social media marketing, and having a dinner, like they're local people, either or whatever it is, on a regular basis, to just for a few things, collaboration and ideas, and we can share about what each person, what's working, what's not working. Also, just to grow our own personal network, because now that's potentially getting to know new people better that maybe didn't know, that I didn't know before. Yeah. And to get better at this stuff, because the social media, it's replacing television. It's replaced like news and print media already. It's replacing television. Radio. It's pretty well replaced radio as well. Yeah. And so it's going to continue to grow and get better. And so if we can be leaders of that rather than followers, and at least be in touch with other people that have that goal. Now, what would qualify somebody to be able to be a part of this? Like how many, you have to have like something that's had a certain amount of views? Yeah. Like we don't just want to let
Right.
Random.
It would have to be someone, I would personally say, like, someone that is actually active on social media. Like, because there's so many realtors that, like, the last time they posted was, like, 2014.
Right.
And, like,
they tried it once and it didn't work.
Yeah, like, they have not posted, but, like, maybe they're active in the community, but they're not active on social media. Like, we're not looking for people that are starting their social media.
No.
We're looking for people that are looking to grow their current.
Right. How can we find the people locally who have the most influence and largest social media accounts?
That's the thing, that we're not recruiting people. So, like, I could do research and find who is, like, active on social media, but, like, they'd have to want to do it because they're the ones that are applying for it.
No, I'll contact them and say, hey,
this is what
do you want to come?
Okay, well, I could easily look at I know we follow everybody in the area on your Instagram.
Yeah. I
could easily go and look who is actually active and trying to have a presence on social media.
Yeah.
And
8 people.
Yeah.
For something, some kind of gathering.
Okay, I'll do some homework.
8 p.m. on 8th Street.
What?
The 8. I don't know.
Okay. And would you call it social like number 8 or 8 the word?
No.
Okay.
So social and -8. Because I wrote it out and the L looks like a 1, so then it looks like Socia 18.
So what are you going to do then?
Oh, SOCIAL -8.
Oh. Yes, love. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so I'll do some homework and find some people.
Because I would like to get that rolling right away.
Okay.
So maybe weekly Wednesday we do this, and then maybe to do the Wednesday wisdom tip, weekly tip Wednesday, to replace the weekly tip, is that for posting for next week, you pull something out of this week that was a wise words that I said.
Sure.
Is that a lot of work?
Mm-hmm. No. We just have to make sure you say something wise.
Well, did I?
I think you did.
I guess we'll find out. And if not...
No, I think you did today.
Next week, there is no Wise Wednesday next week.
We had nothing wise.
There was no wisdom the week before.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay?
Yeah.
So...
And then, like, what are we doing with this? Otherwise.
Oh, okay. So I think...
Like, do we edit the full form?
Yeah.
Post the full form like we would...
Yes.
Before, and then post snippets. Like,
yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
That's our content for...
Okay.
And if it's garbage, just delete it and don't post it. Don't
force yourself
don't force anything.
Only if there's good stuff. Okay.
But then that gives us for, reels. Mm-hmm. Not really stories. Maybe stories. Not really stories.
If we could try doing the phone next week and just posting little snippets with like music over it, being like brainstorming or.
Well, like what would we do? Like just take a little selfie right now?
Sure.
It's better up here.
Sure.
I didn't clean.
It's very dirty.
Well,
very dirty.
It's because my thing is cracked.
Why don't you get a new one?
Well, it just cracked. Or well, it cracked more. That's better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. All right. That just seems lame. Because we're doing a brainstorming session today.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. And we didn't know what to post. But we're trying to create content, so here's our content for today.
Yes.
Okay. Cheers.
Okay, so that's good. Because we won't have we'll have this for next week. So this is kind of like telling people we have something new going on that we're doing.
Okay. Here, you want to post that up? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was good. See?
Very good.
I honestly think that people would watch some of that stuff, like just the conversations. So. Mm-hmm.
I think so too, especially if we put it into little bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
And then if people are like, I really like this, they can go and watch the full thing.
Yeah.